Russia claims that Ukraine will receive an appropriate and tangible retaliation if it uses US-made long-range missiles. According to a statement from the Foreign Ministry, such an attack on Russian soil would represent the direct involvement of the United States and its satellites in hostilities against Russia. 2 months before he is scheduled to leave office, President Joe Biden authorized the firing of the missiles on targets in Russia, marking a significant shift in U.S. policy. Given his pledge to halt the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, it is unclear whether his successor, President-elect Donald Trump, was consulted or if he will uphold the decision. The Western allies had prohibited Kyiv from using the US ATACMS, Army Tactical Missile System, and French and British Storm Shadow missiles, which have a range of 300 kilometers, 190 miles, to strike Russia. Tuesday was the 1,000th day of the conflict, and Biden's decision to remove that condition represents a major turning point. On February 24, 2022, Russia began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Now that the conflict seems to be at a standstill, Moscow has stepped up its strikes against Ukrainian infrastructure. Additionally, the U.S. decision comes as more than 10,000 North Korean troops arrived in Russia's western Kursk area to support President Vladimir Putin's forces, where Ukrainian forces have taken control of and are clinging to a small portion of territory. North Korea may send up to 100,000 troops, along with artillery and other weaponry, to its ally, according to unverified sources. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated on Sunday that the missiles will speak for themselves, suggesting that the U.S. agreement may not be formally announced. Ukraine might be the first to use the ATACMS at Kursk. In fact, according to some accounts, the U.S. may have limited their use there as a warning to North Korea to cease aiding Moscow and Russia. The West is interpreting Biden's acceptance of the long-range missiles, which might be followed by similar authorizations from the UK and France, as a warning to the Russian leader that he cannot win the war in Ukraine militarily. Putin has not responded to the most recent action. The Russian leader claimed in September that Ukraine's employment of such weapons would amount to the direct participation of NATO nations in the conflict. The Russian leader, Putin's spokesperson, claimed that the United States was adding oil to the fire on Monday.